Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Boomer Shooter Showdown. This is actually episode 15. Hold on. And it is episode Pie in the Sky. We return from a short hiatus with a new program to help us. Thanks to the DOSBox game launcher, we now have a nice list of games that we have in tabs here that we are going to play, and I just need to click on it and then we can play it. Right? Great. No more having to go through the whole setup process and such for every game every single time we want to play them. This stores all of the DOSBox settings so that the game is ready to go when I click on it. So that has solved my problems with doing DOS games, and now we can continue with the Showdown. So thank you to the DOSBox game launcher for making the continuation of this show possible. This show not sponsored by DOSBox game launcher. Anyway, today we are going to be looking at games using the Pie in the Sky game creation engine. The developer of some of these games, as you can see, is in fact Pie in the Sky themselves, whereas others are developed by people using the engine. We're gonna start by pulling up the first game, and hold on, let us then pull up game capture. Here we go. Okay. Now my hope here, my very strong hope, is that it will capture every game automatically now, because it should just be capturing DOSBox, so it shouldn't care what game is running. Hopefully. Anyway, we are continuing. This is Lethal Tender, as you can see, released in 1993, so a very, very early title. And so Pie in the Sky made an engine based on their engine for this game. So this is actually not the game creation engine, this is the Lethal Tender engine, which is why we're starting here. So we're going to look at this first, rank this game, and then we will move on to the actual games made on that engine. And we'll talk about the engine at that point, but first we'll look at how the engine works through its use here in Lethal Tender. Welcome to Special Forces HQ. Pick up some weapons and ammo, practice with the targets, and then read the mission briefing. Alright. So, this is going to be true across all these games today, that you have a pickup item thing. You don't just automatically pick up the items, and so you hit the enter button to pick up items, and then you hit the the S button, and then the enter button. No, that drops them. Oh, which is it? Anyway, you hit the space button to kick, or the control button in some of them, or a couple of them use a mouse. I didn't pick up any weapons. I completely failed in my objectives. I could not have messed this up more if I had tried. I did not pick up any of the weapons I was supposed to. Now we're gonna get murdered the hell up. How could I have failed so miserably? Alright. New game. We're starting over. Abandon progress. Yes. Oh, there is mouse control in all these games. But the mouse control is very basic. In this one, I'm pretty sure it only works on the menu. So yeah, ammo and even like weapons here all are items you need to pick up, right? So you can see that I have the ammo for my rifle here next to it, and I have the ammo for my handgun next to it. I have some bombs and what looks to be a mine. My health is positional, so um, there you go. That's how, and we'll pick up some of these with our remaining. There we go. Okay, now we have correctly done it. Now we can move out by walking to this picture of a chopper that takes us to the actual chopper. Again, 1993, folks. Very early game. These visuals are gonna be poor. The fact that you're not hearing sound is not due to the stream. There's no music, just a couple sound effects here and there in this game. And yes, they do sound that bad. That is not an emulation issue. Oh no, I'm getting shot. I'm dead. I've died. That's me. That's my body. Cause of death, bullet wounds. We can try using the mouse if we want. Sound Blaster is correct. That is how, like I said, I set all this up in advance, so the sound effects are correct. We'll try using the mouse a little here and see if it's any better. Using the mouse, you just the issue is that the sensitivity is not very high on most of these, and there's very little you can do to adjust that, and so yeah, I don't know that it's significantly better to use the mouse than it is to. In fact, I really don't. I'm not going to use the mouse. I think the keyboard is better in this case because there's no way to adjust the sensitivity, and I don't feel like adjusting the sensitivity on my mouse. All right. I have to remember how to switch weapon. There we go. Do I not have that weapon? There we go. All right. Let's try to not die this time. That would be a key. I don't believe there's any save thing in this game. I don't think they had implemented that in this version of the engine yet. What was that? Oh. Well, we could make use of that if we actually managed to kill everything this time. I think we're good. Right? I don't see anything else. Okay. All right. Let's drop a mine for a minute, and then okay. What I need to remember is which button was the button to actually use the item. I think it's because that's just selecting it for dropping it. I could have sworn it was, maybe it's an F key. Ah, we have a nice menu. Let's see. Detonate bombs, pick up object, select an object, bring up the main menu, turn left, turn right, forward, select machine gun. None of these seem to use an object, right? I don't see, none of these seem to be. How do you? Interesting. Something you probably noticed as I was getting injured there. Oh. Ah, now you'll be able to see it. So here, I'm just hitting straight. And I'm randomly turning. That's because, as you can see on my health, my left leg has been injured. And so, because of that, I'm limping and turning automatically. It's very frustrating and it sucks. Now, we can heal, but to do that, I'd have to actually remember how to heal. Ah, okay. Like that. That's what I did here, and it just dropped this. Let's move here. Yeah, that's just dropping it. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to use those then. I'm pretty sure you can wear those. I think those are meant to be like armor, but I'm not actually sure how to use it. Anyway, because like this, you see, we use that by doing that, and now we have more ammo in our gun. There's also jumping in this game, but it sucks, and so we're not going to make use of it. But in theory, there is jumping, but I believe it's on the O key or the 0 key we just saw, and you have to like hold it down to like build up momentum before you can actually use it, and it's really bad. Oh, this is bad. We're in very bad shape. They're all around us. They're everywhere. We need to retreat. Hold on. Can we use this yet? Nope. Can we use this? Yes. I'm using my health packs here. I still don't know what is that then. No idea. We're gonna let it drop. We clearly don't need it because we can't use it. I can't tell what she's saying there, but I like that there's a nice little warning whenever there's an enemy present. All right. Here I'm pretty. That's where we came in, I believe. I think we've cleared this area out. So yeah, this. Oh no, there's one. There should be one more enemy. There we go. Okay. Um. So some things initially that I don't like. The radar. It's not like an active scan radar. It's like an old school slice radar. Which I guess depending on when this is meant to take place, it's more accurate for the time period. Potentially, but you generally don't have to worry about radars doing this anymore. Well, damn it. We've been badly hurt again. So another thing I don't like is this. Like, I get what they're going for here with this injured. You're injured and now you are, abnormally moving. Like, I get what they're trying to do here, but it is too much. They have done it to too much of an extreme and made it so that it becomes unplayable when like I literally I can barely enter. I can barely move. Like, the game has been rendered largely unplayable. And so that's going to be an important thing, I assume. But again, I don't know. Like, this is me. I'm hitting nothing but the forward button right now. As you can see, all I'm doing is walking in circles. If I hit the left and forward button, now I'm basically walking slightly to the right. There is no good way to just walk forward at this point. Like, I basically need to this is bad. This is, like, again, I get what they're trying to do, but this is not the right way to do it. I also have no idea. Is that where I'm trying to get to? I'm going to try going over here. Is this where I started? No. Oh my god, it's a health pack. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to try to get on the health pack. I saw a health pack on the ground. I could have sworn I saw a health pack. Maybe, oh, it used it. It used it automatically. Forgot this engine does that. But it didn't really help. We're not really any more healed. I wonder if this would blow up. Let's test that. Yes, absolutely, 100%. We're going to put that into the positive category there. That was nice for 1993. Open door. Nope. Open door. Do I need to be on the key to open the door? Open door. Is it because my key is the wrong color, so it's the wrong key for the door? Or am I not doing the right thing? I'm going to assume it's the wrong key. Because there is no open key button in this game. I've grabbed this pistol. We'll use that for now. Chainsaw Commando says he's been playing a much better boomer shooter than this one in Quake. We'll be getting to that eventually, at which point it probably should be on the absolute top of our list compared to what we played so far. Yeah, he's saying we should do Quake multiplayer. We'll have to come up with a time for that. I am very busy this weekend, so I unfortunately cannot join you in Quake multiplayer this weekend. But at some point, absolutely. Actually get to rank some of the multiplayer in one of these games. It's very uncommon. Quake is definitely, though, fairly close to the ultimate boomer shooter. It is also it is John Romero's love letter to Lovecraftian horror, which is why Chainsaw Commando is playing it. Then he made Daikatana, and I assume Chainsaw Commando is not silly enough to play Daikatana. We, though, are silly enough and will eventually play Daikatana because I do hate myself just that much. I have it. It is installed on my computer and ready to go. One day we will be ranking Daikatana. I feel like we've played enough of this. I know we've only played it for like 40, no, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Not very long. But one, I have no idea what to do, and two, you'll see, but we have plenty more of nearly this game to be looking at. I actually think we're going to hold off on... This game is called Lethal Tender. It is the first game made by Pie in the Sky Software, whose games we are looking at in their entirety today, and all games based on their engine, which you will quickly see is awful. What you've missed is the reason this looks so weird. I'm hitting the forward key right now, and as I hit the forward key, as you can see, I'm randomly turning. That's because my character, you can see on the right hand side, his left leg has been injured because he got shot. And so when I move forward, I just turn like this. And there's no good way to control this when this happens. I just have to like hit the key like that, and I get what they're going for, but it's so awful and it's not worth it. And they shouldn't have done it, but they did. And so every single game that uses this engine does this to some extent, and they're all terrible. Yeah. Let's look at the next one. I think we've looked at enough. These sounds are great. These sounds are great. We're gonna abandon our progress here, and I'm not gonna pull back up to the game launcher every single time. Also, we're not going to rank every single one of these because many of these are amateurish that they might even be amateur games. I just pulled up every game I could find that was based on this engine. And so, like I said, some of them are incredibly amateurish. So, like, for example, this one we are not going to be ranking because it's, uh, yeah, it's basically an amateur game. But here you can see this game, entirely different developer, is not made by Pie in the Sky Software, but is using their engine. And their engine is hold on. So Chainsaw Commando, just so you know, I work every Saturday night. So if you're doing Saturday night community nights, I unfortunately will not ever be there. Um okay. But yeah, you can like literally see the walls above this wall. And also the only way to like go through is just to walk through this wall. And then to walk through this wall. As you can see, and there's no audio whatsoever in this game. And yeah, as you can see, very amateurish. But like I said, I threw literally every game I could find. And this was released. I don't know that I think this one was free. But most of these games did attempt to charge money for these things. See if we can. I want to get out there because it's mind blowing how this, like, someone released this. It was free, yes, but someone thought to themselves, you know what would be a good idea if we give this to people to play, and they might want to play this. And there's actually supposed to be a story too that involves the Red Babe. I don't know what she is, or holy shit. Run. Okay, now we can go to the healing, and inventory sucks and everything about this sucks. Okay, let's throw my grenade and hope it. Oh, that. We've been. Okay. That threw like half a foot. Are we still we're now we have a concussion, so it's this is their concussion effect in this engine. And oh man. Chainsaw Commando, I am listening to you. I see what you're typing. Okay. Hold on, we need to get our gun out again. Oh man. That is yeah. We're not going to spend too much time with each one of these, just to be clear, because they are, again, amateurish, not going on the rankings, but this might be the first, like, you know, essentially fan game mod ever made. Like, this is 93. Like, this predates Doom. This, and so, like, this engine's right, the Pie in the Sky game creation engine was the first engine for shooters made that did not require any programming. There's no scripting you need. You just plug and play. They let you include their assets in it in your games, even if they're commercial games. So like that's why the health packs here are just the health packs from Lethal Tender. So you can include that even if this had been a I need a key. Even if this had been a commercial game, they could have included those health packs. You'll see those health packs in almost every single one of the games we play here. Some of them use the exact same weapons as in Lethal Tender. Um, Many of them use the same enemies. There's no way to tell which parts of these are doors and which aren't. I think that's enough of this one. Like I said, there are so many of these. We have plenty to get through, so I'm not too worried about not spending very long with some of the more amateurish ones. The next one we are going to do is Pie in the Sky's first uh, game running off the actual game creation engine. So this is sort of the game used to demonstrate the software. And it's Terminal Terror. As you can see, it has literally the exact same menu as Lethal Tender. Yes, absolutely. I will be doing Outlaws. Outlaws is a great Western shooter uh, that was made by LucasArts in a very abnormal decision for them at the time. They, of course, were more known for adventure games and such, but they made a really awesome shooter that has a really cool story. No, I'm probably not gonna do Brutal Doom. By and large, with the exception, obviously, of this game here, or these games here, I'm not doing mods and such. This one, like, it's hard to tell which one of these games were official commercial releases and which ones were entirely freeware. There's often not any records of it. Oftentimes, the only ROMs that exist are, um, yeah, it is. Like, if people want Brutal Doom, I'll do it. I don't have a huge. Serious Sam, it's a good question. Like, that's later than anything else I have on this list, but I would not be opposed to including it. Hello, random dude. Thanks. He's telling me to go, he's telling me to go complete my mission. So one of the good, I love this. This, again, this is straight from Lethal Tender. This is my helicopter. It's this picture of a helicopter. And then my helicopter crashed. Which, like, that part's neat. Like, there's so many interesting mixes of, are you enemies? Yes, you are. I should start shooting you. Again, no sound. I got no sound whatsoever in this game as far as I can tell. Um, but you've got like a crazy, whoops, I killed one of my dudes. You've got a really crazy mix here of fairly, well, damn it. Well, that's pretty funny. I've literally been sent to prison because I killed that civilian by mistake. Which again, crazy, right? For a game in what do we say this was? I think 1994, maybe 95. Like the idea that I shot a civilian by mistake and am now in prison and have to start over. Like that's insane. But then there's so many like broken things about this and its engine, but also so many crazy advanced things, like the fact that there's dialogue, that I'm talking to characters here and not just, you know, going forward and killing things, right? Like the fact that there's more to it than that is insanely advanced uh for the time. And the fact that you could do all of this without any programming is also insane. Hold on. Why are we not? Sorry. I keep hitting the different F keys to bring up the different weapons. That's not how you do that. And then I'm losing the feed. And hold on. Let me make sure. Okay. I did not lose the feed. All right. Sorry about that. No, don't abandon progress. Return to game. I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose the feed there. All right. So we got grenade there, we got machine gun, we got goo gun. Oh, let's use the goo gun. I'll also show you this because it's crazy. I am doing new games. Like, I'm doing retro-styled new games. In most episodes, what we've been doing is one retro-style new game alongside one or two traditional actual retro games. So we are gonna do Ion Fury, we're gonna do Proteus, we're gonna do Forgive Me Father. Yes, absolutely. Those are all on the list. I haven't gotten to any of them yet, but yes, absolutely. Those are all installed and ready to go. And Iron Fury is great. So yes, absolutely we'll be doing those. Serious Sam's interesting because it's in between. It's not a retro styled game necessarily. It's just a early 2000s game. Like I could do that. I could do Painkiller too, is another great boomer shooter of that same era. And I might. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I absolutely have all those games, played all those games. I love those games. So, I would absolutely not be, yeah, at all averse to playing Serious Sam and Painkiller. I would love that. Whether or not we're going to do that, I don't know. We'll get to it when we get there, but I want to focus on 90s stuff first, at least, and then, like I said, alongside some of the retro stuff designed to look like 90s stuff, and then we might do some of the 2000s era stuff as well. All right. We're using the goo gun this time so that our weapon is in fact non-lethal, so that we are not going to kill anyone. But again, the idea that we're using non-violent means against these guys, or non-lethal means at the very least, right? Like, look at that. I'm gooing them. I'm turning them into goo piles. They're not dead. They are merely incapacitated. It's like, even if I miss this guy, that shouldn't kill the dude back here, so I should be okay. He tells me I need to get the power back on. I did miss him and goo this guy, but it's okay. He's fine. He's not dead. He's just gooed. But yeah, the idea that I have to worry about civilian deaths here, and I have to try to do this mission non-lethally, like all of those things are insane concepts to have in even a professionally made game from this era with a lot of scripting. To the fact that you can do all this in this engine without programming is pretty insane. Mind you, both my legs are injured, so now I can just walk normally again. Isn't that great? Is this the right way? I don't remember which way he told me to go. There's no, you know what? There's no civilians in here. I know he said to try to do it without um killing anyone, but we're gonna look, we're gonna kill them. Yeah, there are a lot of things I don't like about these games, and about the engine, especially like the pickuping the stuff. Like, I think the inventory stuff is clunky. On the one hand, on the other hand, the fact that you can pick up and hold items is again another crazily advanced thing for the era that you don't expect, but you can do. Um, I would say Deus Ex is maybe an okay reference point. It's yeah, it plays bad and looks bad, but has a lot of elements from sure something like Deus Ex. I'm probably gonna do all the Turok games, honestly. Um, just because, but definitely Turok 1, absolutely. Yeah, there are gonna be a number of games from the late '90s that they're whether or not they're boomer shooters will be open to question to some extent. Like I'm probably gonna do oh my gosh, what's its name? Sin, which I guess you could argue is a boomer shooter, but you could also probably argue is not a boomer shooter. Why can I not pick up any more of these? Oh, I guess they all go in the same slot. To an extent, yes. But I don't think it had like if Half-Life is our cutoff point, right? Or Half-Life is obviously there are boomer shooters after Half-Life. But yeah, if the key thing is that you go from more open-ended level design to more linear scripted level design is in my mind where you get that split there. And Sin is objective focused, but its levels are not nearly as linear. So I think there's argument to be made there. Why did that not work? Is it this ammo for this gun? Nope. Hmm. All right. Weapon not available. Weapon not available. Okay, let's use the shotgun. Um, agreed. But that's clearly a very different thing. Like playing a level in Sin, I don't even know how I got in this room and nor how to get out of it. Um, so another thing about this game is that you can go back and forth between maps. So just because we've been here does not mean this is the only place we can go. We can go back to the previous area. So it has an open worldy structure like that, which is also crazy. Here we go. Nope, can't go in there. We need the key. Of course, we still need keys. Isn't it this corner where the... Yeah, what? Didn't we walk in through here? Yes. Okay. Thank God. Yeah, no. Call of Duty and Time Crisis are clearly not boomer shooters. No. That is agreed. Like, from that era... Oh, man. We gotta be very careful here. We died. I still don't think the engine had saving at this point, so, I I think that's it. Is there a load game option here? There is, so I guess it is possible to save your game. We should have done that. My mistake. Maybe more open than Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex, and Invisible War, not the new Deus Ex. Like obviously a larger world, but more options than a level of Deus Ex. Like yeah, like it's a bigger world, but I wouldn't say that within each mission you have nearly as many options as you do. I don't know, like I should say I haven't. Oh no, I just threw a grenade and damn it, damn it. Like there are so many ways to do things in the first Deus Ex. Man, I'm mad at myself. All right, drop that. This is our radar. We actually need to have this item in our inventory to have a radar. Not that this radar is very helpful, but if we didn't have it, things would be even worse. I love this still. We're getting on the helicopter by walking to the picture of the helicopter, and then like the fact that helicopter just blows up and kills that dude. Like that's crazy. It's crazy that this game exists like this. Um, let's grenade these dudes. Also, the fact that my grenade flies like 2 feet sucks. Okay, we're gonna goo gun these guys again as soon as we can see. Let's walk over here till our concussion goes away. I'll say this: Deus Ex and Cyberpunk are not on my list of games to play. They are very clearly not boomer shooters either. Um, GoldenEye is in fact on my list of potential things to look at. I haven't really decided because, as we're saying, it's not really a boomer shooter, but um, it certainly has elements of a boomer shooter still. I'm gonna disagree with that. I don't think. I think it is the advent of a very different style of shooter that people decided they didn't actually want and ended up not being the direction that things went in. But I like the modern shooter is very linear and scripted, which is very much not GoldenEye. 'To an extent, but it didn't have nearly like the thing with GoldenEye is maybe closest to like a Deus Ex or something in its structure of its missions, in that there are multiple ways to complete objectives, there's stealth aspects, and of course there's all the different objectives you have to complete, and they're not just about shooting things. And so I don't know, I think GoldenEye was a potential direction for shooters that for whatever reason didn't take on. Primarily probably because it was on not on PC. Oh shit, I forgot we were about to go into this room. Go out of the room. Go out of the room. Holy shit. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna use our health packs, all of our health packs. Nope, we didn't need that one. Okay. And then hold on, we're gonna actually save the game this time. Whoa. Oh, I hit quit one too many times. Hold on. Luckily we saved the game. We should be fine. Okay. What do we want to use in here against these guys? I feel like we can't hit them with the shotgun because we'll kill all the hostages. So we better... Okay, success. Hello, hostage. You're free. You can go. Do I need to do anything? Oh, I nearly shot that dude. So close. This dude's dead. I did not kill him, though, so we can continue. I did not murder this man. It's not my fault. Were they gassing these people? Were they about to burn these people alive? Jesus, this is a really dark room right here. Look at what's going on in this sequence. My God. That's unpleasant. But it's the Call of Duty style ones that I think ended up being the popular shooters, is the thing. Like, I think Halo and GoldenEye, you could argue, are the better games. Like, I'd definitely argue that with Halo at least. GoldenEye, has its issues being an N64 game, of course, and so doesn't actually play very well. But structurally, it's very, very cool. Um, but I would probably say from a gameplay standpoint, at least in a single player setting, uh, that Halo is far preferable to Call of Duty. These emergency door. Okay, we need to get the power. Well, why don't you play GoldenEye for the Wii? Because it's Call of Duty, but GoldenEye. I want to be very clear that I'm not actually recommending that anyone ever play Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, GoldenEye for the Wii, or Call of Duty for the Wii for that matter. Do not play a shooter on the Wii. Go to online again, by the elevator. Okay. Look at that, we've done it. And also look, lighting. It's amazing, right? Yes, people hated GoldenEye for the Wii. Uh they even remade it for the Xbox 360 and it still sucked. In fact, the version I played was the Xbox 360 version. And yeah, it was not very good. Oh, wait, I have a fire extinguisher. What am I doing? How do I use it? Select kick, select gun, fire extinguisher 5. I entirely forgot I was holding this and could just use it. We can't go in here. But look at this, like fire extinguishing. Like there's so many cool little advanced things in this game. And then you play it and you're like, why does playing it suck so much? And why does this engine, like, it's simultaneously so cool and so, oh no. We need to switch to a different gun. Nope, nope, there's a gun. And yeah, things like that of just not having any good way to quickly switch what weapon you're using. It's just so incredibly frustrating when it has so much potential. We gotta be very careful here. There's a lot of hostages right here. I killed him. I killed him. We're done. Now we get planes down. Passengers are being executed. Take the narrow offshoot from the hub below. Okay. It seems that they're going to let me get away with murdering that one guy. This is good news. Or maybe as soon as I load. No, okay. They're going to let me get away with it. Great. Also, the enemies all respawn every time you re-enter an area. But your ammo does not respawn. So, yeah. That's not great either. Oh, okay. The narrow offshoot, I assume, is this. Where did I find that? This. No, because we need a key for that. We've been here already. God damn it. If the aiming was any better in this game, or if my, movement did automatically drift to the right, we'd have lost right there. On the original or the reboot? Oh, I'm definitely going to play the original. It's a boomer shooter. It might be very low on the rankings due to, being extraordinarily racist, but we're going to play it and see. Is this the smoke they're talking about? Oh, this is the other side of this. Okay. Like, clearly, I don't only play the good ones. What the? It's a bunch of... Okay, hold on. We need to switch a grenade somehow. I need to remember how to do that. Grenade. Fire. Throw... Oh, I forgot the grenades blow up right in front of you. That's unfortunate. I didn't save for a bit. This has been my mistake. Um... Do we want to do any more of this? There's still so many of these. But also, I'm pretty sure this is the last full game of the bunch. So, no, let's move on. No, there's one more full. Okay, we're gonna move on. So those two are the sole actual pie in the sky games. Um, the rest of these are either basically demo levels or they are made by third parties. But first, we got to rank the two pie in the sky games. So that's what we're going to do first. Hold on 1 second while I get it pulled up. We're going to add these two games to the rankings. Let me make sure this is we need to view this, not this, and this, not this. Okay, there we go. Okay, here are the rankings for the shooters. Right now, Marathon sits at the top of the rankings, followed, of course, by Doom, and then our Black Horse pick of Iron Angel, The Apocalypse, The Return. Yeah, I think Marathon is... yeah, I don't know. I didn't think the controls in Cyclones was very good. So, yeah, I was surprised too. I was expecting that to end up higher, but it didn't. Um, And Marathon I love just because of the atmosphere, and I think the shooting still like every Bungie game. The shooting's so good in Bungie games, and Marathon's no exception. Like it just feels good to shoot things in a Bungie game, and for a shooter ranking, that felt like it should take precedence. So yes, Marathon currently sits at the top above Doom, and Iron Angel. It's that if you're talking about the new game Bungie's making, are they actually make like the one I played is the source port that is essentially a remaster. Um, and Bungie is making a new Marathon game. Um, so the one I played then, yes. If you're talking about the yes, that's what I played. I played the source port. Yes, I did absolutely. It's great. Yes, it's one of the best source ports around, and it runs on Windows as well as Mac. So it's literally the only real way to play this, unless you happen to have a '90s Macintosh. So yes, that is absolutely what I played. Yes, it's a great source port. Absolutely, absolutely. Anyways, we've got to add. Hold on, I gotta actually remember the names of these because they're so generic. Lethal Tender and Terminal Terror. So Lethal Tender is just so busted in so many ways and is so much more basic than Terminal Terror, so it's gonna have to go way lower. So let's scroll down here. I can't actually scroll down low enough. It's the Fortress of Dr. Radiaki sits at the very bottom that you can't see is being cut off. Um, Followed by Operation Body Count and Legend of the Seven Paladins. All of those games are dramatically worse than Lethal Tender, as are all of the original Catacombs games, and Death Mask and Citadel. But maybe not Alien Breed 3D2. That might be... Hmm. Hmm. That would mean we're putting this below the Terminator 2029? Which seems like a bad choice. Which ones of these would you have ranked higher, Chainsaw Commando? I feel like my bottom rankings are not especially controversial, actually, so I'm curious. I think these are all generally considered very bad games. Uh, I think Lethal Tender. No, I gotta put it above Alien. Yeah. But which ones? Which ones do you disagree with? Do you actually like The Fortress of Dr. Radiaki? Please tell me you don't. Because that's truly a broken, awful game and one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. I think Lethal Tender is going to come in. I feel like we got to put it above Terminator 2029. Yeah. Okay. We're going to put it above the Terminator 2029 and below Depth Dwellers. So Lethal Tender is going to go right at position 35. I'll update this in a second so you can see. Terminal Terror has really bad controls, really awful visuals, and is just really clunky, but has a lot of really cool, neat features that you don't see really in very many games from this era. And so I feel like it has to be rated a fair bit higher. It's definitely not better than Cyclones or Shrine, but it might be better than Graven. Yeah, I think it's better than Graven. We're going to put it right above Graven, right before Shrine. It's going to just miss out on the top 15. It's going to be number 16. Okay. Let's repost the new version of the list, and for anyone in chat, that's the list right there. That's the page. Feel free to look at it on your own and leave your comments on it, or yeah, on it. It should have comments enabled, so you guys can argue amongst yourselves. But yeah, that's the list at the moment. Let's go back to the games now. Terminal Terror coming in at 16. I guarantee you right now, because I don't know that we're going to actually put anything else on the rankings, that's our highlight for the day. And Lethal Tender basically has none of the advantages of Terminal Terror and all of the downsides, but it's still dramatically better than the Catacomb games and these bottom three truly awful games. Okay, let's pull back over to the list. Let us actually show the list again for a second. Oh, games we're looking at. So we've gotten through these first three titles here. Castaway is a commercial release, so I guess we'll probably try to rank this. This brings us into 1995, as you can see, and then everything else, I believe, with the exception, I want to say La Cosa Nostra was sold. And one other of these, I believe. We'll be able to tell because they literally it's these are shareware because no one actually bought them, so there's no dump of the actual real full game. So what we're playing in most of these cases is in fact uh the shareware release because that's all that's available. Someone would have actually had to mail these dudes money. And maybe one or two people did, but they never actually posted them. So let us take a look at this. As much as you're gonna, why is that not showing up? Is it this one? Why are you not showing up? Should be this. All right, let's try window capture instead. There we go. All right, this game's real ugly. And really bad. I want to say there is audio in this one. Not very much audio, mind you. I do believe there is a minimum amount of audio in this. We have grenades on. I feel like we should probably have shotgun on as soon as I remember which. There we go. No sound still. Hold on. One moment. We're gonna double check the setting here because I feel like there was sound in this one. Make sure I have the audio set correctly. All that looks like it should be right. And I don't believe there is a... Yeah, there's no sort of menu in this. So maybe there wasn't sound in this one. Which one was this? Okay. I really thought there was. Oh, whoops. That thing I stepped on there was not a pickup, it was an explosive, I think. And we've been injured. Those are mines. We saw those in... Oh, enemy. Enemy. We're firing. We're firing. We're still firing. We killed it. Is this a pickup or an explosion? Nope. That was an explosion. And then it just closes when you lose. Yeah. This was sold for money. This is not freeware. I can confirm. Was not a free game. You did, in fact, have to pay money for this game. I feel like you should be able to wear this jacket, but I don't know how to do that. And in most of these games, you just hit the F1 key and it brings up the control list, as we saw before, but this one does not do that. And so, yeah, I have no idea how you're meant to use this thing. Try not stepping on any of the mines this time. Mine, don't step on. You know, it's hard to tell when they are pickups and when they are actual placed mines. But we're just going to make the assumption they're all mines and not step on them. You know, maybe they didn't include free sound samples. Because again, the whole selling point of this engine was that you could do all this without programming. And so my theory is they didn't include audio in their non-programming free library. I think we should use a health pack. Go. Most DOS games have like an audio setup menu, but most of these don't. So it's also possible that there is supposed to be audio, but to get to it, I would need to actually figure out a way. I would have to, like, I don't know. I'd have to know what the game wanted the channels to be and all that to actually correctly set it up. Why am I not moving? Have I gotten stuck? I think I've gotten stuck. Again, not freeware. Sold for money. I can't move. Let's grenade ourselves to death. We can't even do that. All right. We're going to load it one more time. I don't think we're going to rank this. Despite the fact that I'm fairly certain this was sold. But I don't feel like we're getting far enough to give it a fair shake even. So unless we can manage to achieve a little bit more this time here, I think we're gonna say, and this also, mind you, are we going anywhere? No. This is they just didn't actually put any sort of exit here. Again, this could very well be the shareware version because again, the vast majority of these were sold by mail order and no one bought them. Because if this was your demo, why would anyone be like, yeah, no, I'm going to buy this and I'm going to spend actual real money on this. And so the shareware versions are online, but the registered versions, not so much. I would guess that most of the registered versions do not exist still. So yeah, Dark Forces, Chainsaw Commando is mentioning Dark Forces. We are absolutely going to include it, but I want to do the remastered port that Night Drive just put out, and I just haven't purchased it yet. This is why we haven't gotten to that yet. I was waiting for it to be on some sort of sale. And then absolutely, we're going to do Dark Forces. More like it's on its 10% off launch sale. Or is it actually on a sale right now? If it is, then I'll go over to Steam after this and buy it. And then we'll do Dark Forces next time. 30% off. Okay, that's better. Maybe I'll go buy that after this. And we can do Dark Forces next time. I'm actually debating whether or not... Okay, I feel like that's enough Castaway. It's not very good. And like I said, I think it's just the shareware version. Let's look at Deernapped next. So Pie in the Sky released a like Christmas pack that's, I don't know, was like $10 or something, and it added Christmas assets. And so there you go. Several games were made based on the Christmas assets. This is the only one I could find that was available online, but there were at least like 3 of them that were released, and I think several of them were free, but I don't know if this one was or not. But again, it's probably the shareware version we're playing if it wasn't free, so we are not going to rank this. But I did want to show this just because it's insane that they put little Christmas themed packs out. And then again, this was all theoretically commercial stuff. Like, this was a commercial license you were buying. You could sell these things for money. And they were, in many cases. Some of these, when we close them, are going to literally give us a mailing, a P.O. box, to send money to purchase the full version. In theory, this guy could be talking to us. We know the engine supports that, but he decided not to, it seems. I don't know that they have any other enemies in this or any other environments, but yeah. This was a crazy early thing, right? For 1995. Like, these guys are, clearly amateurs, but the engine is definitely capable of quite a bit, and it's possible if a really solid level designer had gotten their hands on this, you could have made some really incredible stuff with this, I think. I'm debating whether or not to wait and see if they do Dark Forces 2 remastered as well, or if I should just play that as is. I don't know how easy it is to get that one running on modern hardware. But yeah, I mean, I want to do Dark Forces 2 as well. I don't know that I've ever actually played Dark Forces 2. I feel like I skipped that one. I didn't really have a PC capable of 3D acceleration at the time. And so it was not something like I played when it came out. And it's not something that is especially easy to get hold of. I don't even know if it's available for purchase still on Steam, but I have it from when it was. But yeah, I do plan to do Dark Forces 2. I just haven't decided whether we're going to wait and do it. Wait and see if Night Dive decides to remake that one or not. I don't know what the objective or goal here is, or if there is such a thing. And they created all these characters, but didn't actually have them do anything. Let's assume that, hold on, let me just hit enter on these characters just to make sure the game doesn't want me to actually, interact with them. But we haven't seen that in any of these games yet, so I'm going to doubt it for this. Like this looks like it should be the end, right? But doesn't seem to end. Maybe there is no end. Well, okay. That's Deer Napped. Next up we have Despair. Let's make sure, yes, you guys can see that. All right. There's not one, not two, but three of these games, all released in 1995, all by the same dude. This first one was very hard to get a hold of. Like, it was not even on like most like abandonware sites. Like, I could not for the life of me find this, and then I think I found it on some like Russian website. So I probably have like 100 viruses on my computer now from trying to get a hold of the first Despair. Spare 2 and 3 were relatively easy to get a hold of, but yeah, the first one for whatever reason was basically, oh, there's a dude here. Why is there no audio in any of this? I wonder if I disabled the audio somehow. My apologies about a lack of sound, but we'll live without the sound. Let me pop this up so you guys can see. All right, let's just keep going. I don't know what happened to the sound on these games, but it's the same shotgun sound you heard, and that's pretty much it. Um, this one doesn't even bother using its own assets. This one is for sale. You can see the word shareware version but in the center of the screen, which just says shareware. Right, so we are... This is the shareware version. There is a register.exe in the folder I downloaded, but I don't have a registration code, and I'm sure the dude selling it does not keep track of this mailbox anymore, so I don't think I could register it if I wanted. I need a red key to get in there. This is where I started, right? Yeah. Okay, we've been there already. I guess, mind you, also, if you told me that the sounds in this were just broken, I'd also believe that. I don't see a red key anywhere. I think that would be a pretty visible thing, but I'm not seeing it. Can I get in? It's in there. Is there an entrance to here somewhere? Gotta be a door to this room. Or a button I need to press somewhere. Let's go back in here. Let's see if there's some button we may have missed. Doesn't look like it. Seem to have done everything in here. Oh, of course. Why didn't I know that that one section would pull out like that? It only looked identical to all the other sections. It's what happens when you don't make your own assets and you have a limited number to work with. You just start doing things like putting a yeah, putting a door in a very weird way like that because you don't have the right asset for the spot. Pick up this, pick up some of these. Pick up, I don't know what that is. It's a hat. Looks like a hat. Well, damn it. We've gotten stuck again. Oh, it's because we had a key there. We hadn't picked it up. Now we have a missile, it looks like. Too bad we don't have a missile launcher. That would be helpful. We do have some grenades. But as we've seen, the grenades in this game, these games are very bad. Let's throw. That one went pretty far. Best grenade we've thrown so far, I think. Bro. These guys aren't very good at this. You know what I mean? Oh, here's the rocket launcher. We need that. Um, let's see. What can we do here? Let us... You know what? I really feel like this radar is useless. We're going to drop the radar and replace it with the rocket launcher. And now we're going to blow ourselves up. 9 chances out of 10. Great, a dead end. You want to bet one of these? Is this a door? But I know the door even if I saw it. Almost certainly not. Okay, this is just a black empty nothing. Like there's nothing there. Hello, are you who I'm trying to rescue? Hold on. I I hit myself. All right, that's Despair. It didn't even ask us to buy it. Let's look at Despair 2, the sequel, released like a whole 2 months later. I should make sure this is being captured. Yes. As you can see, it looks very, 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 very similar to the first Despair. Here's the same enemy. It's the default enemy that's included with Pie in the Sky software. You didn't even bother changing it at all. The shotgun's the default shotgun, firing using the default animation. That's how you can make a game in 2 months, by not doing any actual work. We need the gray key. Oh look, this is the registered version. So, look at that. We have the full version of this one. So I guess we can confirm that regardless of if it's the shareware version or the registered version, the audio still doesn't work. What is... I assume that's going to kill me. Let's not walk into that. Still need a key for that. We need the key for that. I'm going to assume we need keys for those. If there's randomly one of these that doesn't need a key, I'm going to be pissed. Think we can just walk through this wall? No. Okay, well, we can't walk through this wall. We know that much. We've done it before. We can't walk through this identical wall. That would just be asking too much. Basic consistency? What's that? Let's go through this side and see if it's any different. No, it just puts us on the other side of the same room. It's great. This is the same. This is where we just were. All right. Well, that's Despair 2. Let's look at Despair 3. I feel like we're doing a disservice by not rating these, but also I feel like I'd be doing them each individually a disservice by rating them without playing more than like 15 minutes of them. I think what we might end up doing is we'll just rate a overall pie in the sky engine. Oh, you're an enemy, sorry. You aren't green, so I thought you might be an ally. But they seem to have upped their game on this, the final edition. You can't actually pick up these guns here, those are props. Why are the props just one of the weapons turned upright? I don't know. but they are. And no, you can't use them if they're turned upright. How could you use an upright weapon? You only use them when they're lying on the ground and spinning around in a circle. If you never played a video game before, can I not shoot him because I'm not able to walk? This is an invisible wall right here. This is what I've determined. I cannot get in there. I think that he has, at the very least, gotten better in his level design over time. These areas flow a fair bit better. They have better placement of enemies and such. Is this something I can use? Yeah. I don't know what it was, but I'm either invisible or invincible, or well, I'm not invisible. I could say that much. But something. I have some sort of power up. And he's gotten better with his color palettes here. It's possible, mind you, he just purchased more assets, so had more to work with. But even if he did not, or even if he did, I'd still think he used them better here than he has. Why can I not? How? I guess it's meant to be glass? Oh, some of this. Is very, very rotten. Is this where I want it to be? No, it's back at the beginning again, right? Oh, this is just me getting lost endlessly, huh? If only their radar in this engine was even like remotely useful. Like it doesn't have to be very useful, but just even like a modicum of use would help. But nah, that's I am clearly asking too much. How is this not something that I can do anything with? And now we're back here. Well, I may have spoken too soon about his improving level design. Let's take one more look through all this stuff. We'll read this. Get the shotgun, hunt for other weapons. There are secret doors. You know, in most games, to find the secret door, you would just hit the use key against the wall. There is no use key in this game. So, like, these doors just open automatically when I hit into them. So basically what he's telling me is that I should probably just be walking along every single wall and hoping that eventually somewhere it just opens. Or I just slide right through, like there. There you go. You see? Problem solved. Why wouldn't I have guessed to do that? You know, he could have used a unique asset. Well, hold on. For the hidden wall to make it aware, clear that it was different in some way. But then he'd have to be able to make his own assets. Oh no, you're alive. You're an enemy. That's What do we do now? Oh, hold on. Okay. Where are we? Ah, where'd you come from? Random things are just opening up from nowhere. We've got the goo gun. Like, the goo gun was really interesting in Terminal of Terror, whatever that was called. Um, because it served as a non-lethal option. And it showed us that without programming, you can program, or you can, I don't know, probably have to like set a flag or something to say that, hey, these guys shouldn't be killed. These are good guys. But they can be killed, and then have a trigger where when that happens, something, and that's an endgame scenario. And you should be able to do that without programming. That's a fairly easy thing to set up in a GUI for people. And I assume that's how they did it in their, like, that was meant to be a demonstration of the capabilities of the engine. So one would hope that, like, this one, it's infuriating, right? Like, the other areas have invisible walls, or have visible walls that don't actually exist. This place has a invisible wall that does exist, and the whole thing is just not well made. Like, it's maybe slightly more competent than the other ones we've played so far, but not well made. Let's move on. Let's move on. What's our next title look like? Oh, this is La Cosa Nostra. As you can see, a Slade 3D production. Hey, look at that. Audio. Actual audio. As I said, I'm pretty sure this one is actually, this one was definitely sold. This might have actually even been sold in stores.
You ain't going nowhere.
So this one is probably going to get its own entry. You know, it's still using that same health pack, but it is also using largely its own assets.
Don't move.
Like having sound, having assets that are not the same assets we've just seen in the past 10 games. Who is shooting me from where? Someone's shooting me.
You ain't going nowhere.
There they are. And the shooting here just feels more consistent than it does in the default settings of the engine. So I think they've actually gone in and done some minor changes here to make this more like how they want it to feel. So
You ain't going nowhere.
oh, I'm getting shot from somewhere again. That's where we came from. He must be down here. Oh yeah, he's just very far away. Oh my. You know, this is just royalty-free music, mind you. This is Mozart, I think. But regardless, They put the effort to add in some royalty-free music. They got some people to say some lines. They actually, you know, made their own enemies. They made their own walls, floors, ceiling tiles, all that stuff. Like, the main thing this is still using is this is still the same old shotgun. I can't tell if it's any different at all. Also, I'm lost.
Hey,
I found my way.
don't move.
Okay. Has basic progression that seems to actually work. This is... Huh. Can't go that way. Okay. Has enemies placed in fairly logical locations, like... Compared to the other Pie in the Sky games, this is,
You ain't going nowhere. Hey,
there's one other game that has this level of effort put into it. We'll see when we get to it. But yeah, it's clearly not common for Pie in the Sky games to have this much effort put into them. Who's shooting me? No, you're all dead.
hey,
Oh, he's over there.
don't move.
Ah. I'm not in good shape. I'm very close to dead. I'm dead.
Hey, don't move.
I think I got them all.
You ain't going nowhere. Hey,
Guess I could just exit here. I should get some more ammo, I feel like, first, though.
don't move. Don't move. Hey,
And you knowing this engine, these enemies will probably all respawn. Maybe not. Well, I feel like I haven't even... Oh. There was extra ammo right here. I didn't have to do all that. Also, I'm very nearly dead again.
you ain't going nowhere.
Slightly less dead now.
Hey,
Well, I appreciate them making their own artwork for this. I do think they should have also included a number just of how much health you had. Oh, they do. It's 76. I see it. Sorry. I apologize to the game for missing that.
Hey. Don't move. Don't move. You ain't going nowhere.
You got chopped by a lot of people there. We got the key, though.
Hey.
You know, it's nice them having distinct areas so that I can easily navigate through the levels without even needing a map. That's pretty nice, isn't it?
You ain't going nowhere. Hey. Don't move. You ain't going nowhere.
Is that the exit already? Oh, but I need...
Hey.
green key card to do that.
Don't move.
No. Empty room. Wait, can we? No.
You ain't going nowhere.
You know, it's all royalty-free artwork here, again, and royalty-free music, but by having this artwork here, it gives a landmark, right? So I can be like, okay, I passed this because I remember this piece of artwork, and I remember this statue here. And so even without having to create their own paintings, they still allow for me to more easily explore the environment. Oh, I was too busy looking at the paintings, and I ignored the fact that there was a door next to it. Mind you, it doesn't look like there's anything of note in this room. We've definitely been there. Uh-oh. That's not good. Run! Do we have any other weapon? Okay, we're gonna use a punch. Holy shit. Did you see our punch? We might have the best punch in video game history. Now we have a machine gun. Wow. I'm gonna go back to that. Look at that. You hear that? That's an amazing punch sound. And it killed that dude in one hit. We punched and he just dropped. We gotta use the punch more. We still, oh, we did, wait, do we need a green key I said or a blue key? Hold on, which was this door? Right? Green key. Red key. Painting. I feel like we've been in all of these places. I don't recall seeing a key in any of them. You know, I'm glad we got the machine gun and all. That's been very helpful. There wasn't a second exit out of here, right? Huh. Well... I'm not sure what the last key is. Or the next key. Nothing in here. Several of these rooms feel like they should have keys but don't. Now, it's possible that we are playing the shareware version again. Because I don't see... There's no reference here of whether or not this is the registered or shareware version. So if it's the shareware version, the keys could not be here because we are now meant to purchase the game to get the keys. Which, hey, that's not, you know, it's not bad. But if that's the case, yeah. Let's see. If we actually hit quit, does this ask us to buy this or not? Well, hold on, let's... In case we want to return to this in a second. Yep, that is it. We were only playing the shareware version. $15. And there's a whole episode 2, but only 2 people who buy episode 1. And as far as I could tell, episode 1 wasn't even anywhere on the internet. So I don't know that anyone bought episode 2. So there you go. That's La Cosa Nostra. Again, that's just the shareware version, so we got as far as we could in that shareware version, but it's all that's available. So we are going to have to use that for our rankings, and we'll see what how we think that is. Wonder, hold on. We're going to move this up a little like that. Okay. Now you guys can see everything. If I scroll all the way up, it kind of cuts off shooter, but that's okay. You get what it is. I think it's more important that you can see all the games. Right? Right. Okay. So that's La Cosa Nostra. Another Pie in the Sky engine game that actually has some real effort behind it. I think what we're gonna do is, hold on, let me see. Are there more fan games still to go? One more, I think. Okay. Once we get past the two more, once we get past these, basically amateur games, we'll just give the game creation software its own spot on the rankings. But let's do La Cosa Nostra first here. And let's see. I think it is better than, hold on, where? Gotta see what you guys can see because what I see is slightly different. Okay. Um, I think it's better than number 36, Lethal Tender. But I don't think it is as good as number 16, Terminal Terror. I think it probably actually plays a bit better than Terminal Terror, but it lacks all those unique, interesting elements. This is just a very traditional shooter. There's only one enemy type that we saw, but again, that's just the shareware version. But, at least early on, it seems fairly basic. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to put it as high up as like Terminal Terror or even Graven. Um, Quarter 7 has a ton of variety even early on, so I think it's beneath that. Fears was one of those Amiga games. It's better than that. Is it better than Virtuoso? No, I think it's going to go right above Fears and right below Virtuoso. So that is 22 for La Cosa Nostra. Okay. Let's move on. Next up, we have this is just a demo of the game creation system itself. Hopefully this will show up for you guys. 1 second. There it is. Okay. So, as you can see, this gives you, you have an option of, running a slideshow to see some of the feature sets and reading some of the info. And then this first option, 1, which is what I'm going to press, takes you to a demo. So again, we're not going to rank this because this is just a demo level. Ow, I died. Let's try that again. Also, did I not turn the sound effects on? Play sound effects. That's what we want. And start game. There we go. Much better. Well, they've dramatically improved the turning radius in this version of the engine. I can say that much. I've got a grenade now.
Over there.
Let's throw that. Who's shooting me? E, we need that.
I see him over here.
Oh no. We've died again. We want sound and start. Why would you have sound off by default? It's just silly, right? I found a gun. Let's gonna make this much easier this time. Oh, that dude, clearly not meant to be killed. I gotta say, I like the sound effects they use in La Cosa Nostra better.
Hey!
Though I think they have better recording equipment at this professional game studio than they did at whatever the name of the dude who made La Cosa Nostra is. Hello. Okay, that's way too many pieces of information to tell me that there are multiple exits per level.
I see him over here.
Oh no, I threw the grenade in my own face by mistake. Okay, where was the other dude? He was over there? Or did I kill him already somehow this time? Okay. I killed him this time. I need the red key for that. One. Did I get them all? Look, I got my shotgun. You know, the same shotgun that's in every single one of these. Is there something in here I can do? I wonder if that hitting that turned off that laser thing with the other key. Where was that? Yep. Okay. We've been pretty hurt. Let's use our health pack. Okay. There you go. Like I said, it's just a basic demo level showing what you can do with the system. And then they also made this one. Make sure this shows up. There we go. Okay. So, and then this is one, this demo level is called Industrial Killers, I believe. So this was, might have been earlier since it looks more like the original, but I thought it was later because it's a big outdoor area. At the very least, this was meant to showcase how they could do large outdoor areas. You know, you've got a nice flying enemy here. Oh, well, there's no sound in this one, it looks like, unfortunately, but it is what it is. There's no menu here, so I'm going to assume, let's hit F1. Whoa, that just... Oh, okay. Hold on, let's relaunch it. Let's just try hitting P since that turned on the sound effects in the other one. Nope. Let's try S since, you know, we could call that a sound effect. No. Oh yeah, S is what you use to... How about F for effects? Or X for effects? Oh well, no sound effects. We tried. I feel a bit more comfortable in saying that those other games must not have had sound effects, because clearly we're seeing that sound effects were a possibility in this engine, and that they are playing when they were present. But that said, Despair, like I said, had WAV files. Oh, we've gotten stuck on the vegetation again. I gotta say, this is not a very good demo level. I don't feel like I would want this engine after playing this. There's no way to switch weapons here. The whole thing is, yeah, it's not very good. Feels like, oh, we got unstuck. This is great. But we're dead. and then it quits. Yeah, that's Industrial Killers. So there was a third demo level that was done when they switched over to polygonal engine, but I could not get that one to work despite all of my best efforts. So unfortunately we can't see that one. But those are the demo levels made. Pie in the Sky never made another full game after Terrorist Terminal, whatever it was. So all of the future games were just games made by third parties using their engine. This one is called Space Station Escape. And as you can see, it actually even has some sound. It has, hold on.
I see him over here.
Has music. We're going to be able to hear both of those things. And yeah, it's another actual full game to my knowledge. And the faster movement here tells me that this might even be... Whoa, what did I do? I hit so many wrong buttons there at the same time. Sorry. I hit the Windows key. Let me... Nope. Oh, so many repositionings happening. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, continuing on. So this has the faster movement and turning speed of Meltdown, so I wonder if this is using the newer version of the engine. It also just... everything seems more stable and smooth. So this might... and also... this has a menu, but mind you, that might be down to this guy buying... there was a menu pack you could purchase that let you do menus. So this might just be a case of, again, this being a more professionally done title, so they purchased the memory pack. Menu pack. And... and there are also several other asset packs you could purchase, so that could explain why the enemies also look different. Mind you, also they could have actually done some of their own asset creation for this, hard to say. I feel like at the very least, this is a lot more professionally done than, like, Despair, for example. That said, it does seem to feature quite a few just hallways that have no purpose. So I'm definitely not a fan of that. This is where we came from, right? Or no? Yes. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything over here.
Over there.
Whoa, where'd you come from? Literally right in front of my face. What? There are so many weird sound effects happening here.
Hey!
Yeah, I think he must have just bought some asset packs to give this some more variety, because it's still using so many of the base assets. Maybe he made some of these different assets? Hard to say. Oh, this takes a really long time to fire in this one. Oh, maybe I don't have any ammo? I don't have any ammo. That's why. Hold on. I'll goo gun you.
Hold still so I can shoot you.
Now I have no goo gun ammo. Switch back to the shotgun. I don't have the key. Okay, there was nothing there. This is where we started. We're going the wrong way.
Hold still so I can shoot you.
Okay, now we got our key. I still don't know how to use the armor. Who is shooting me still? Ah. I don't like that they can shoot you past your own line of sight. That happened in these games occasionally from this era. What is that sound? What is happening? That's a very harsh sound. Is that meant to be the music? I think, yeah, that's there was meant to be the music. Jesus. Don't mix your music that high. That's too high a mix for the music. It's another shotgun? Yes. Of course it is. Why would you give me a weapon that wasn't a shotgun? I also have that rocket launcher, and I think I have like 3 different guns. Oh, I have the goo gun, of course. Barely have any ammo for that. The rocket, we have 5 shots. We can at least use some of them here. On these drones. We have so much more ammo. We're just gonna keep using the shotgun. Nothing here? Okay. We've gotten stuck. We need a key, a green key. We don't have that one. Where have we not been? There happened to be a key in here, no? Some more health. It's certainly the easiest one of these games. The enemies feel like they can barely hit you. That's where we started the level, right? That's the lift back down. Right, and there was nothing else in here. Somehow I missed this key. Well, alright, I think that's probably enough of this one anyway. One of the better ones of these, though, with a whole actual menu. Look at that. It's a great addition. I love menus. I don't think we're going to put that one in the ring. That's going to be included in our overall ranking of Pie in the Sky software, and this is going to be the last one we are going to be including in that. This one, as you can see, has some of its own assets, but it's pretty busted still, so it doesn't have a ton of its own stuff, and runs very poorly compared to all of the other Pie in the Sky games. This is running at whoops. And we're dead. And it just quits. This, I'm fairly certain, is just the shareware version of this, so that is likely why. That's a really bad screen. It's a really, really bad screen. Whoops. Clearly, I was not meant to hit that button to resume. Okay. Let's try this again. Wait, hold on. Okay, we've got the machine gun. Yeah, outside of using its own health and texture work on the UI, that's really bad, mind you, but it is its own this doesn't open. Some of these barrels are explosive, some are not. I think it's the ones with red here, yeah, that can be blown up. You know, in every other one of these, they told me what I needed to have to make the door unlock. Not this one. See? Like that. You see how it said I needed a door key. Damn it. Yeah, that one's not very good. All right. There's one more that... Well, let's just play that one, and then we'll decide whether or not we're going to include this just with the Pie in the Sky, or if this is going to be unique enough to have its own entry. This is Astro Reptilio. And this is the shareware version as well of this. But as you can tell, this one has a menu, it has music, it has sound effects, it has joystick support, so has saving, loading, all that stuff. So and its music is even not that bad. And also it's using its own assets. Even this is the I'm not sure exactly what. I think this is meant to be like the machine gun, but this is using its own assets with its own effects. Oh no. We're getting shot though. It cannot get around the fact that this engine continuously shoots you from outside of your field of view. This is also only the second one after La Cosa Nostra that does not use that kick as your melee. You have like a tail swipe here. Yep, you see? So, mind you, both the punch and that tail swipe have the exact same effects on your enemy as the kick does. It's not like they actually program something new, but they did at least take the effort to Damn. Let's try again. I guess some of these might be health packs. I don't know exactly what it is I just picked up. What are these? Ah, okay. Those are the health packs. Have we pressed that now? How did we... Oh, that was an elevator. I understand. We have run out of ammo. We are fleeing. We need to use all of our things here. Then, what is that? Neutron and that ammo? Whoops. Yes. Okay. I wonder, hold on. See how good these neutron bombs are. I hit myself with my own bomb. all their efforts cannot overcome the awfulness of playing, just the act of playing one of these games. Everything about just the controls are so not good. Where are we getting shot from? Gotta get close enough. God, why do grenades suck so much in this engine? Oh, that got him. This is gonna just bounce off the wall, right? Yep. No, that time it worked. What? There we go. Is it insane to anyone else that worked that time? Hopefully that wasn't the guy I was supposed to talk to. I'm stuck. I think that's it. What just happened? Oh, those fences are lethal. Damn it. Okay, well. Okay. I assume then that this was the full registered version since it's telling me about the sequel and not to register this demo. So that's nice. All right. Let's bring up our rankings. And I don't think we're going to we didn't play enough of that to fairly judge it, I think. So we are just going to do one ranking for all the games we played on the engine, and we will call it the Pie in the Sky engine ranking. Whoops. Okay. Let's start towards the bottom here. Is the Pie in the Sky engine and the games used to make it better or worse than this professionally made game that is currently available for sale today, this very day, in the year of our Lord 2024, for more money than any of those shareware games we're asking for? Yes, it is. All of them. Every single one outside of maybe that like one that basically felt unfinished, that we Red Babe or whatever that we played very first. In fact, I think we can safely move these above most of these bad games. Like, some of them were very bad, but since we're just doing them all together, like, I'm kind of averaging them, and some of them were significantly better than others. Let's put them right beneath Catacomb 3D. How about that? We won't call them as good as an id Software joint, even the first id Software joint, but they're significantly better than some of these, and I think most of them were better than that first actual Pie in the Sky game, Lethal Tender. So that's, I think, what we're going to do here. We're going to rank them as number 33. What did I do here? There we go. 33. No, 34. Catacomb is 33. So we're just going to call these Pie in the Sky Shareware Games. There. And let's reload now. So we've got at number 34 here, Pie in the Sky Shareware Games, beating out Lethal Tender at number 38, but not La Cosa Nostra, which is the only one of the non-Pie in the Sky made games that I felt warranted its own entry, here at number 22, and Terminal Terror here at number 16, taking the top spot for Pie in the Sky related software. So, there we go. That's our rankings for today. And outside of trying to figure out if we could somehow get audio on some of those games, and I don't know, maybe some of them didn't. It's really hard to say whether that was a technical issue or not. But I think this worked out pretty well. I wanted to do this first because it let me need to launch a whole bunch of games through this launcher all in a single day, and I was curious to see if it worked. Here, let's go back to that launcher here for a minute. So yeah, like, it let us go through all these without having to go into DOS itself, which was great. And yeah, I think this worked out quite well. I didn't have to change anything in OBS to get it to capture each one once I set it as DOS blocks, and it just ran. So yeah, I think this worked out very well, just from a logistics standpoint. And I think we were able to look at here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 different titles here, for at least a couple minutes each. So I think, yeah, this all worked out very well. And so starting next time, we'll go back to our normally structured episodes, doing just, at most 3 games per episode. But as I think it was clear, we didn't need to do an entire episode of any game here. Like I said, Terminal Terror is interesting, and maybe would have been worth playing longer. But I think this ended up being a nice happy medium where we saw a lot of stuff and got a sense of what this engine was capable of from a lot of different developers, and then got to rank a handful of them. So we can close the Pie in the Sky listing. And so here's what we have as a preview. This is not necessarily everything, but it's everything I had gotten ready thus far, of other DOS games that we are going to be looking at. We need to figure out when this was released so I can put that on here. This one, if I recall, is really bad too. So yeah, we'll be looking at more of these going forward. Some of these are okay, some are not okay, some are very terrible, some are very good. And then, yeah, we will also be looking, like I said, at newer titles in a retro style. I'll see what I'll make sure to get Dark Forces after this. So next time, my plan will be to look at Dark Forces. So we won't be making use of this, but we'll look at Dark Forces, and maybe we'll call that the new game since we'll be looking at the remaster, and maybe we'll look at one of these as well. I haven't exactly decided. Or we'll look at one of the other retro-styled games on Steam. So we will be doing that hopefully next week. And tomorrow we'll be back to doing our hack and slash rankings. So make sure to join us for that. If you are watching this on YouTube, then thank you for supporting me there. If you want to see the latest episodes live, I'm on Twitch at Solus Grimwelder. if you are watching it live on Twitch and you want to watch older episodes that have previously aired, then you can go to YouTube at Solus Grimwelder and watch them there. You can make sure to subscribe in both locations if you want to see the latest episodes of the Boomer Shooter Showdown alongside the 6gen Slasher Showdown and any new episodes of my History of series, which are available only live on Twitch. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We will return tomorrow with a 6gen Slasher Showdown episode where we will finally be ranking Onimusha 2 alongside a couple other games. So, we'll see you then. Have a good evening, everyone, and good night.